Live from Arkansas' streaming news leader, this is THV 11 Morning News at 7 on THV 11 Plus.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for joining us here on THV 11 Plus. It is December 2nd as we get ready to rock and roll, although some districts out there may be getting a little extra sleep this morning.
Yeah, I had to go nudge Addie this morning and tell her to change her alarm when she has an Alexa and I'm yelling, Siri, Google. I'm like, what's her name? Because I don't have one.
Alexa, who's your AI?
The whole time she's looking at me like, what?
Oh, what
anyway,
are you doing?
That was a mom moment.
I'm so old. I'm so old.
Siri, Alexa, Robert, Stephen, please stop.
Mine's British. What are you, now what movie are you quoting?
That's just me.
I'm
firing names left and right.
We do have 4 districts. You can find them online. And we'll be showing them in just a moment that are delayed by a couple of hours. So we'll pass that along.
Yeah, it's a nice slow morning for the kiddos. That the parents having to shift their plans maybe a little bit this morning.
Brutal. I'm with you out there. It's brutal. Good luck.
Yeah, well, traffic not looking too bad right now. You know, the buses aren't out on the road. That may be one reason why we don't have as much volume with the kids not having to go to school for a couple of more hours or so. But this is what it looks like on 30 eastbound. This is where we see the most traffic or the most volume. Where it starts to increase in the morning, 30 eastbound around Alexander to the 430 interchange, but no problem so far this morning. And you can see that's really our only slowdown as of right now. This is how slow it's moving at 39 miles per hour just past Alexander. Right before you get there, it's kind of slow, 23 miles per hour. But where we were just looking on up the road closer to the 430 interchange and the outlets of Little Rock, it was moving okay. But really not a big surprise for those that drive that from Saline County every single day. This is what it looks like if you're coming from Conway, Benton, and Cabot into downtown Little Rock. Just increased a little bit right there to 23 minutes coming in from Benton, but still looking pretty good. Tracy? Well, good news is we are still talking about this weather impact alert, but it's only until 9 a.m. Again, keeping an eye on those roads as we are seeing temperatures right around freezing. We can see some black ice on the roadways. So again, just making sure you're staying aware this morning and taking a little extra caution this morning. And again, for an extended amount of time, because there'll be some kids that are at the bus stop a little bit later than usual. It is 33 in the capital city. We are seeing some temperatures go up a little bit here. 32 in Searcy. They were below earlier, but on the outskirts, we are certainly seeing a few of those patchy areas. But talking about the road temperatures again, around 32, you can still see those slick spots at the bridges and overpasses, which Central Arkansas has been at for quite some time. And we had some areas that were right around 30 degrees. So again, I know a lot of that out there is just fine, and I'm so happy that it is just fine. But again, those little slick spots will sneak up on you. Those afternoons ahead are going to get a little better. Average is 56. We're going to stay well below that for a while, but still see plenty of sunshine, so that'll make things feel good. We've got another system pushing in on Thursday, where we could see again a few rain showers and maybe even a little wintry mix more towards our north. I'm not too concerned about it just yet. Still a little too far out. But those mornings, yeah, you're going to need those coats for sure. Average of 36, and we're staying in those 20s for the next couple of days before we bump up a little bit and then drop down again. So a little bit of a roller coaster ride here, but it's December, of course, and we're seeing at least some cold temperatures and not 80 degrees. So again, so far weather is looking good this morning. Roads are too. We'll go ahead and check your hour-by-hour forecast coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Tracy, thank you. With a chance of weather affecting some roads, some local schools are planning ahead this morning. Here is an updated list of some districts delaying their start times and bus routes by 2 hours. Pulaski County Special, Cabot, Jacksonville, North Pulaski, and Beebe. And we'll keep updated on new closures or delays here and on THV11.com.
Now to a crime alert this morning. A traffic stop on I-40 in Polk County leading to a major drug arrest. Troopers say they pulled over a car for a traffic violation near London on November 26th. During a search, police found 17 trash bags containing vacuum-sealed packages of marijuana weighing about 448 pounds, along with a suspected bag of cocaine. Troopers arresting 57-year-old Chuanin Mai Tran, who was reportedly traveling from Oklahoma City to Jacksonville. He is booked in the Polk County Detention Center on multiple felony drug charges. To national news this morning, Trump administration officials intensifying diplomatic efforts to end the war in Ukraine.
This comes while the U.S. is ramping up its military presence in the Caribbean, despite criticism of recent strikes on suspected drug trafficking vessels.
Bradley Blackburn has the very latest from New York.
President Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner and U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff are set to meet Tuesday with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Moscow.
I think that there's a good chance we can make a deal.
For months, President Trump has been working to broker an end to the fighting sparked by Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022.
Last month, we had 27,000 people killed in that ridiculous war that should have never happened.
While that diplomacy plays out, the Trump administration is stepping up U.S. military presence in the Caribbean, moving the USS Gerald Ford aircraft carrier to St. Thomas. This comes as one of the 21 drug boat strikes on suspected narco-terrorists is now under growing scrutiny. The Washington Post reported Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth gave an order to kill everybody on board before a vessel attack on September 2nd. When 2 people survived, the Post says the Special Operations Commander overseeing the attack ordered a second strike to comply with Hegseth's instructions, and the 2 men were blown apart in the water. While Hegseth has denied he gave any such order, Democratic and Republican lawmakers are vowing to investigate.
There's a lack of clarity in what is a very significant military action.
We'll begin our oversight and get to the facts.
On Thursday, Navy Admiral Frank Mitch Bradley, who the White House said ordered the second strike, is expected to provide a classified briefing to lawmakers overseeing the military. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
There are promising signs this morning for West Virginia National Guard Sergeant Andrew Wolf. Wolf survived that ambush attack last week in Washington, D.C. We understand he has responded to nurses giving a thumbs up and moving his toes. CBS News reports the suspect, 29-year-old Ramanala Lakhanwal, had shown signs of mental decline in recent months. The FBI is interviewing friends and family and reviewing his social media to try to find a possible motive. So far, there are no confirmed links to terrorist groups. Lakhanwal served 8 years in a CIA-backed Afghan unit targeting the Taliban and was evacuated after the 2021 U.S. withdrawal. Some officials question his vetting, but records show he was vetted again before receiving asylum in April under the Trump administration.
Now to a viral video out of Central Arkansas sparking outrage online. It was recorded at a McDonald's in Benton.
And in it, you see and hear a woman arguing with an employee who witnesses say has a disability. THV 11's Tamar Knight is taking a closer look this morning. Good morning, Tamar.
Well, good morning, Karen and Hayden. The video is making its rounds on social media, and we have chosen not to identify the woman in the video since no charges have been filed. THV 11 spoke with the owner of that McDonald's as well as local disability advocates about the impact of what happened. The video shows a woman.
Change is underneath the receipt.
Okay, I need your manager.
In a heated exchange with an employee, according to witnesses, has a disability who asked the woman to use the kiosk while he was assigned to garbage duty. The video then shows the woman asking for a manager and questioning whether the employee was able to do his job. Disability Rights Arkansas says this moment is a reminder to lead with kindness.
People with disabilities are humans, and that we should be treating people with respect and kindness, regardless of, their disability or whatever they may bring to the table. Our whole focus is ensuring that people with disabilities are integrated into the community, whether it be work, whether it be education, worship, play, and that they're all treated the same.
We reached out to the owner of the McDonald's and they responded saying they are fully committed to ensuring the restaurant is a safe and respectful place to work. Now, Tom Masso with Disability Rights Arkansas says mistakes happen for everyone. He says this encounter shows us how the incident is pushing advocacy groups to remind people about kindness and respect. For THV 11 News, I'm Tamar Knight.
Tamer, thank you. Following that ambush in Washington we just talked to you about, around 100 Arkansas Army National Guardsmen are now heading to the nation's capital in support of civil security operations. Because of weather, a send-off ceremony that was held Monday delayed their departure. It will now be around 10 a.m. today from Fort Smith. The unit is rotating in to replace troops that have been on duty since August, providing security in high-traffic areas like the National Mall and the metro stations. Officials say this mission is expected to last several months.
Happening today, Arkansans have a chance to weigh in on proposed rules for the state's school voucher and adult diploma programs at two public meetings in Little Rock. The meetings are set for 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. at the Arkansas Department of Education auditorium. Changes to the voucher program include limits on spending for extracurricular activities, clarifying eligible expenses, and setting a fixed application window. Adults pursuing a diploma can comment on updates to milestone definitions and payments. The public comment period ends December 16th, and those who can't attend can submit feedback online.
It is 10 minutes after 7. Let's go back to Ashley King and a check of the roads this morning.
Well, things are looking good right now. We don't have any issues so far. Of course, it's early. We're just at 7:10, but at this hour we'll definitely see that volume start to pick up. But with schools being delayed in some areas like Cabot Schools, Jacksonville School District, also Pulaski County Special School District, we may see a little lighter traffic this morning, at least until closer to those schools going back into session. But they're delayed 2 hours this morning, and I'm sure Tracy will talk about that again here in just a few minutes when we do our weather. But this is what it looks like on our interstate right now. This is on the Bryant Parkway exit, Interstate 30. As you can see, no issues, and our traffic map looking good too right now with no problems around the metro area except for Interstate 30, where we typically see a little volume at this time of the day, and it's moving a little bit slow right before you get to Alexander at 40 miles per hour, and just past Alexander too as you're coming up on the Bass Pro Shop, 47 miles per hour. But really those are our only slowdowns as of right now. I'm sure we'll see some more slowdowns in the typical areas here on our morning commute and the next 30 minutes or so. But right now, coming in from Conway, Benton, or Cabot, things are looking great. Tracy?
Well, we are seeing finally a little first light here. Hopefully we'll get that sun and that'll warm us up, but we've got a nice bit of cloud cover, that blanket there, as we are heading into, again, 7 o'clock hour. And lots of folks are getting up and getting on the road. We could see a few areas that are a little patchy this morning. I don't think there'll be many, but it only takes a couple, again, to cause a big trouble. So that's why we have this weather impact alert through today's commute. Just watching for those patchy iceways. Again, on the roadways, sunshine returns later, but we're going to keep those temperatures below normal in the 40s and 50s. We should be more in the upper 50s. So still going to say a little cool, but make sure you are staying weather aware today, especially on the roadways. We aren't really looking for anything other than cold weather, but again, the roadways are the big impact this morning. So temperatures right now 33, that's good news, but again, we could still see some of those bridges be a bit patchy, and as we're also watching, those back roads could be a little icy as well. So take your time this morning. It feels cold out there too, 27. There's a lot of kids that are getting a little extra hours of sleep this morning, but we are going to continue to see those afternoons warming up. Bit of a roller coaster here and there with 40s and 50s, but yeah, by next week we could start to see 60s again. And we'll keep a look on this and let you know what to expect in the coming days in my forecast.